So the last question is when and how should you progress your intensity? Okay? There's two different ways to actually progress your intensity. Remember, we said never increase your time or volume or mileage and increase your pace and intensity at the same time. You're just asking for trouble. That's where we find most people get injured, is when they're trying to do both at the same time. They're trying to shortcut what their body can do, okay? Once you have your volume where you want it, let's just say you only want to run 5Ks, and you say, you know, I'm happy with 30 minutes, and I want to keep it there at 30 minutes, but I want to start taking my pace from a 10-minute mile down to a 9-minute mile. How do I do that? Okay, the two types of progressions that you can actually do is a planned progression, which is tricky. You can get into situations where it's too much for your body, too much for you to handle, or you do a natural pace progression. Let's talk about a planned pace progression first, the one that's a little more tricky, okay? You can increase your intensity but keep your volume the same. So let's take that, for instance, you're at 30 minutes and you're a 10-minute miler, but you want to get down to a 9-minute mile. Each week, you can shave off about 15 seconds. You can do somewhere between 15 and 30 seconds and see how your body responds. Again, as long as you're recovering in 2 days, and as long as you're not feeling excessively tired, you can keep that. So if you do 15 seconds, cut 15 seconds off the first week, and you're doing 9:45 miles, and then the week after that, you're doing 9:30 miles, and the week after that, you're doing 9:15 miles, and the week after that you're doing 9 miles, or 9-minute miles, okay? So that's more of a planned progression. Again, you can get to the point where it's too much too soon for your body, or your body's not quite ready to handle it, or you're not recovering fast enough from that, okay? But keep the volume the same and increase your pace by an increment each week, okay? The natural pace progression, which is more simple and I would say healthier, is to literally train in your maximal aerobic zone. We'll go over that in heart rate training basics, where that maximal aerobic zone is. Okay, but once you calculate your maximal aerobic zone, you've got your heart rate monitor on, you stay there. Okay? You get up to the volume that you want to get up to. Let's just say it's 35 minutes. You get up to 35 minutes and you hold it there. And you stay there 3 to 4 times a week for several months. Okay? What's going to happen is you're going to find that your pace will naturally get faster and faster and faster at that same heart rate, because your body's adapting and getting more fit. How long do you hold this right there? And how long do you do this? You can build an aerobic base from anywhere from 2 to 8 months, okay? You really don't want to do your aerobic base or stay at that heart rate shorter than 2 months, okay? But you definitely can do it all the way out to 6, 7, 8 months. And your body's aerobic capacity will continue to increase all the way till you're in your 40s. That's why a lot of you see a lot of people who are older doing so well at triathlons and marathons. They continue to get more aerobically fit if they stay smart about it, if they're not trying to do speed training in between. Any type of speed training or track workouts in between will hamper your aerobic progression in that aerobic base. Okay, so you want to make sure you have a solid 2 to 8 months of aerobic base building, and then you can actually do some intensity work, once or twice a week for a couple months, and then go back to aerobic base building again, and you'll just keep getting faster and faster and faster and faster. Okay, it's usually people are saying, "Wow, I see other people doing track work. I see other people doing hill workouts. I want to do that too." And they're hampering their actual progression, long-term progression in that aerobic base. So you can stay at that same heart rate and literally build yourself, staying at that same heart rate, you'll watch your pace get faster. If you ever want to test to see if you are getting faster, pick a set distance, okay? You can either do it by time or you can do it by distance. If you want to do it by distance, take 2 miles, and after warming up, stay at a certain heart rate, okay? And do 2 miles around a track or around a specific place where you know it's 2 miles, and see what time you did it in. Mark it down and test yourself about 6 to 8 weeks out. And what will happen is, for that same distance at the same heart rate, your time will actually get better, and that's where you know you're progressing. You can do the same thing based on time. Okay, you can actually start at your house and you can say, I'm going to run out, for 20 minutes and I'm going to see how far I can get. Okay? And you can start anywhere and basically do it on time. You can do it on a track and see how far you get, how many laps you make around, and you can measure your laps, okay, at that same heart rate. And then 6 to 8 weeks later, you can do the same thing again, where you actually say, I'm going to go for 20 minutes again, and I'm going to see how far I get. And you measure your distance. You'll be surprised at how you're progressing, okay? When you get to the point where you're checking yourself every 6 to 8 weeks and you're doing your test to see if you're actually getting faster and going further, if you start to see a plateau, like you're not moving anywhere and it's staying pretty static over a 6 to 8 week period, that's your key opportunity to say, let's do a month or two of 1 or 2 times a week of doing some speed work or a little more high intensity work in there. And that's when you can do your track workouts, your stadiums, your stands, hill workout, you name it, and start to increase intensity. But always after a couple months of that, go back to holding steady at that heart rate and retesting periodically to make sure you're making that progression. Okay. Look forward to going over heart rate basics with you and being able to actually talk about how to measure your heart rate, where to be, what zone is the best to be in to actually build that aerobic base. So we'll go over some heart rate basics hopefully on the next program or the program after that. Thanks for coming. See you guys later.